It feels like winter just makes us tired and miserable. But it's not the cold. It's not even the short days. If you stay until the end, you'll understand why winter depression actually begins in the summer. Here's what most people don't realize. Winter sadness isn't just a mood. Every November, the same pattern appears. Fatigue, cravings for sugar, zero motivation. Social media fills with gloomy posts, and suddenly it feels normal to shut down. But the real cause runs deeper. It's biochemical, and it starts forming long before the first snow falls. To understand it, we need to go back to summer. This is the unexpected part. The problem of winter begins during the warm season. Our ancestors spent summers outdoors, farming, walking, living in sunlight. We spend hours in offices and apartments. Summer is supposed to be a storage season, a time to build reserves of vitamins, minerals, and essential fatty acids. But the most critical reserve is vitamin D, and this is where things get serious. Vitamin D isn't really just a vitamin. It's a prohormone. Your skin produces it from cholesterol when exposed to a specific spectrum of sunlight, when the sun is high in the sky. On its own, it's inactive. Inside the body, it becomes calcitriol, a powerful fat-soluble hormone. Receptors for it exist in nearly every cell: your brain, your heart, your immune system. When levels drop, it's not just bones that suffer. Your mood does too. And that's only part of the story. Here's the complication. Most of us barely get the right kind of sunlight. We're indoors at midday, and when we do spend time at the beach, we use SPF sunscreen, which blocks ultraviolet radiation and reduces vitamin D production. In northern latitudes, the necessary wavelength is available only a few months a year. In many cities, just 3 to 4 months. The body simply doesn't build enough reserves, and winter exposes that gap. So what about Arctic populations? How do they survive with almost no sunlight? Nature always has a backup plan. Vitamin D3 is found in fatty fish, especially cod liver. Traditional northern diets relied heavily on it. But copying that diet entirely isn't realistic for modern urban life. So we need a smarter strategy, and it's surprisingly simple. Small, consistent habits make a real difference. On clear days, spend at least 20 to 30 minutes outside. Expose your arms, neck, or back when possible. Eat fatty fish a few times a week. Ensure adequate magnesium, zinc, iodine, and vitamin K2. They support proper vitamin D metabolism. And the most rational step? Test your levels. If they're below 30 nmol, supplementation is often necessary. But biology isn't the whole story. Even with balanced hormones, winter affects the mind. And this part isn't chemistry, it's culture. Northern countries learned long ago that dark seasons require intentional comfort. The Danish call it hygge, the art of creating warmth inside when it's cold outside. Light, candles, gatherings, warm drinks. They don't raise vitamin D, but they protect your mental resilience. And now everything connects. We assume winter depression is about temperature or personality. But it's really about a hormone we failed to store. Vitamin D influences nearly every system in your body, including the brain. When it's low, winter feels heavier than it should. Winter isn't the enemy, it's just a season that requires preparation, and that preparation begins in the sun.